This is the DNVR Broncos pregame show presented by Coors Light.
Let's go!
Big day. I'm Henry Chisholm, joined by RK, Super Bowl 50 champion Bennie Fowler. It's a big day. Every one of these games just keeps becoming bigger than the last.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of emphasis and importance on today, but then these next 3 weeks of the regular season and then going into the playoffs is going to be interesting to see right now. It's pretty chill out here right now. I hope that doesn't carry over into the stadium.
It definitely will not. And I just have to say, once again, the sun always shines during a Denver Broncos winning streak.
That's so nice.
The Broncos are altering the climate. We might have to investigate this. They keep winning. Wins. The sun keeps shining. It's 60 degrees. It's almost Christmas. What is happening?
We love it. We'll take it. I am all for it. Are you guys not big snow people on Christmas, or does that matter to you?
I could go with or without.
Okay.
Snow on Christmas is nice. It's not worth the snow the week before and the week after, though.
Yeah. I'm a big snow on Christmas guy, so I'm going to be a little sad about that. But Broncos are playing that day, so it's all good.
We'll be busy.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be inside.
We could, set up some snow blowers outside your house.
Let's do it.
All right. So, obviously, big game against the Jags. Lot on the table today. If the Broncos win this one, the Chargers are currently down to the Cowboys, 17-14. So, chance you could lock up the AFC West.
This could be a shirt and hats game.
It could be.
Wow.
It really could be.
Yes.
You need a lot of help around the rest of the league to wind up with the number one seed locked in at the end of the day, including from the Browns, who are struggling just a little bit. But all of this is right here on the table, down 20-10.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough to see a Browns comeback.
Yeah.
But you never know. Got some Shador bets. Do you guys? Does it feel like that kind of day to you? Does it feel like a day where the Broncos could end a 10-year streak of not losing or not winning the division?
Yeah, I feel like the Cowboys right now are just trying to play spoiler, and they have an incredible offense, explosive offense. So I could see them winning that game, and I see the Broncos. I could see the Broncos taking care of business and then getting those T-shirts and hats. And when I say T-shirt hat game, it's you get that AFC West T-shirt and AFC West hat, which would be an incredible thing for the Broncos. They haven't won since our Super Bowl team here, so it would be great to see that. But right now I have a little bit of a bad feeling. I feel like they could come out flat. Not necessarily lose the game, but come out flat right now just because so much emotion was in that Packers game. It was a 425 game. The tailgate was going crazy. The tailgates were going crazy throughout the entire stadium. Right now I feel like it's just because it is the Jaguars that you could be taking this game for granted. And they are hot right now. What are they averaging? 32 points over the last 5 weeks. So this is not going to be an easy game. Just because it is the Jaguars does not mean this is going to be an easy game.
So what Bennie's saying is we need to turn this tailgate up a little bit to make sure the Broncos don't come out flat.
We need to hear you guys.
Go get some shots. Go get yourself 3 Coors Lights. Just let's go.
I will take some shots right now. I usually don't drink. I usually don't drink during game days, but I will take some shots.
All right, someone bring us some shots. I think I might actually have to buy a Denver Broncos AFC West 2025 champion T-shirt. Oh my God, that was quick.
Oh, jeez, that is quick.
A little bit of tequila right there. That Blanco.
Go with the tequila.
Oh yeah. All right, I'll take the Buffalo Trace. Go Buffs.
All right.
So I just want to finish that thought. Back when you were on the team, winning the division was nothing to me. I'm winning the division, that's just step one. That's easy. We always win the division. It's been long enough now that I would take a lot of pride in the Denver Broncos winning the AFC West, whether it's today, next week, or
So you're going to buy a T-shirt and hat?
Yeah, I'm going to wear it.
All right,
I'm going to wear that.
Fire.
Hopefully
For the show tomorrow?
I don't wear it. I mean, I'd probably get it right here at Sports Fan.
Probably could.
They might. T-shirts and hats are in the building. They might bring them right over here when they're done.
I wonder if they already have them because they usually distribute them before so that people can buy them right away. That's why when Nuggets win the championship, they're probably hidden in some box.
I will text.
Don't
Flip.
give anyone any ideas.
Right, but don't go steal anything.
I'll text Flip and see if we can get that as a little DNVR Christmas present.
There we go.
Hey, can we unbox that for the game on Christmas?
Tell him to send him give him to a keep to bring back to the bar after the game.
I will. I'll text him right now.
That reminds me.
Or right after this.
Not yesterday. Friday, I was in the locker room, and we got a little cosign on the Orange Rush nickname.
Oh yeah, from Zach Allen.
Yeah, Zach Allen came up and was like, "I love those Orange Rush shirts. You think you can get me one?" And I was like,
"Wow,
I could probably find
Something
a way.
We could probably work out."
Yeah, we could probably. Somebody will finance that. But yeah, I think that's an official. We like Orange Rush. We're going with Orange Rush.
Yeah, let's go.
Big day for the Orange Rush.
Yes,
they got to get after the quarterback today.
Yep, and they're going to have their opportunities because the Jaguars absolutely love to go play action.
Yep.
Which, when they get that running game going, is really effective, and it can still be effective otherwise. But what that does is give someone like Nick Bonito an extra split second to get to the quarterback, and some really deep drops where he can take an angle around the offensive line. I think this could be a very big Nick Bonito game.
Like 3 sacks or 2 sacks? What are you feeling?
2.5.
Wow.
2.5.
2.5 sack performance right there.
I think the line for the team is 2.5.
Okay, let's take that.
Let's definitely take that, and I think we're going to take that here in a little bit when we talk about bets. We've kind of talked about, but what are the big storylines today? Like, when you go in there, what do you want to see?
I want to see this defense. Look, the defense over the last couple of weeks, I wouldn't say that they've taken a step back, but they've been exploited a little bit in terms of some of the holes and the amount of points scored since the bye week. So I would like to see them get back to that championship level defense, not waiting for the entire first half to go by and then figuring out the adjustments. I would like to see them come out fast and to make plays from beginning to end. You got to keep coming back in the building as the legend of the game. I'd love to see some more interceptions. I would love to see that continue to go on. I think they've had an interception in the last 2 weeks. So it's been 3 games since the bye week. So Greenlaw had one against the Commanders. I don't think we had one against the Raiders. And then you had 2 last week. So let's continue the streak of turnovers. Yep. I think that will be really huge going into the postseason. So that's what I would love to see, is that the defense continue to take the ball away.
I love that, and I also think there's a big storyline here of how quickly can the Broncos transition from being the hunters to the hunted. Because the Jaguars are clearly playing the disrespect underdog card. They're clipping our podcast and putting it out on their Twitter feed.
You got motion, bro.
To say how disrespected they really are. And the Broncos are no longer the team in this game that's fighting for respect. This is more of like an opportunity to make a statement about who you really are. Like, you can respect us, you cannot respect us, it doesn't matter. You're not going to come into our house from the East Coast and come win a football game. Like, this is an opportunity for the Broncos to put their foot down and forget trying to get respect. Just send a message to the rest of the league.
Absolutely. We can hit a couple notes real quick.
Should we take this shot first?
Sure, yeah. First note, though. I'll say it while
I guess not.
Well, I thought it was going to take you a second to get these open, but never mind.
I was ready.
Cheers. Gents.
Go Broncos!
There we go. Go
Broncos! That's good.
All right. Whew. First note, Lewis Hamilton's here today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, part Broncos owner, of course. But this is the first game that he has been to since he joined the ownership group 3 years ago now.
That's awesome.
First game?
Yeah.
I thought I saw him in the box one time. Maybe first home game?
First Broncos game at Empower Field. Must have been a road game.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That is fire.
Yeah.
Very dope. Very
Interesting
dope.
Also, it's against the Jags, who have all their ties to Britain as well. Is Lewis Hamilton British?
I would guess.
I would also guess. I just realized that's something I should have Googled a long time ago.
There we go. We got confirmation from the crowd.
Is British. So there's a fun note. Another note. Much less fun. You don't have Brandon Jones in this game. You don't have him for the foreseeable future. You're out your starting free safety. What does that mean for this defense, Benny?
You know what? I think this defense has so much depth. You're going to obviously miss a player like that because he's played a ton of snaps, over 90% of the snaps this year. But the depth and the communication and where this team is at, I feel like P.J. Locke can step right in, and it is a next man up mentality. I'm curious to see if Jahdae Barron will be playing some safety reps at all. But I think with this defense, and what you see with all great defenses, is that they are able to plug and play. You've had Greenlaw miss a ton of time. You had Singleton miss some time. You've had Pat miss some time. and the defense has not missed a beat. So I don't expect this defense to miss a beat at all. I think, Vance Joseph knows this team, and this team has been well constructed to go into a deep playoff run, and to do that, you have to have depth. So I don't see the defense lacking at all. Maybe a little bit of communication issues, maybe to start the game, but I think those might have already been ironed out throughout the week.
Elite defenses are constructed to be able to handle this stuff. I don't know if you remember, but a few weeks ago, the Broncos didn't have Patrick Surtain for 3 weeks. And crazy as it may seem, you could hardly notice that he was out because the rest of the defense is so good that when you have to step in for somebody, you're not asked to do anything other than just your job.
Right.
And, I mean, going back to 2015 when you were on that team, that team sustained quite a few injuries, suspensions, things of that nature on the defensive side of the ball. And every week someone comes in, they're fine. Brute has to start a game, he's fine.
Josh Bush.
Omar Bolden has to start a game, he's fine. Bush. Shiloh Ko.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's a cast of kind of unheralded heroes of that season because you just go in, you do exactly what you're supposed to do. You don't have to cover for anyone else. And in fact, they might even cover a little bit for you. And so great defenses are built to sustain this. I think P.J. Locke will go in and have a great game.
I think so, too. I think, I was talking to Jaquan about this a couple days ago. It's it's kind of, it stinks to lose a guy like that when the secondary is playing so well.
The worst part about it is the fact that, the Broncos are on this Super Bowl run, and if he can't be a part of it later on in the season for him, that's what you hate the most. As for us, I don't think the defense takes a step back at all, but you hate to see it for somebody that's like, oh man, if they end up raising the trophy this year and he's not out there on the field, even though he's played 14 out of the 17 games, that's what you hate for him as a player.
Well, and then half the time the Super Bowl is just maybe not decided by who's healthier, but it plays a big part. I mean, we remember Super Bowl 48, which we don't like to talk about, but if you have Ryan Clady, Von Miller, Chris Harris, Derek, there's a whole list of those guys who, if they play in that game, who knows what happens. So,
that's a lot a lot of good players out.
Yeah, a lot of Pro Bowl, All-Pro players.
Yeah, a couple Hall of Famers, at least one.
Exactly. But no, I mean, you hope that you continue to stay relatively injury-free the rest of the way, and that it's Brandon Jones you have to manage, and hopefully he comes back soon. We get talking to Jaquan about it. One of the things he said was, PJ's been in this defense for as long as Brandon Jones has.
Yeah.
Right. He's been in there since Vance got there. He was your starting safety last year. There's the one play in Buffalo in the playoffs where he can't run with I think it was running back. Was it James Cook for 6-7 seconds on a scramble drill and just can't quite get speed? Right. I had the same rant on Monday too. But yeah, I think it's really nice to have a guy like P.J. Locke who knows how to play, who knows the defense, has been a starter for this team just last year, who can sub in. The interesting thing, though, is what do you do with him paired with Ufunga? Because you want Ufunga in the box, you want P.J. in the box, but somebody has to sit deep. And so does that mean you play P.J. in a place where he's not quite as familiar, or do you move Ufunga back there? Because we've seen, at least on tape, that he's just as good back there, but he's just so hot right now when you play him in the box.
You move Ufunga back there. I think to me that's just a no-brainer to me because he's the All-Pro.
Yep.
He is going to get the All-Pro nod this year. He's been, the best safety to me in the league, and somebody who's so versatile and has such a great feel for the game that you feel really comfortable as him playing that middle of the third safety.
And he just has such elite instincts that you trust him to be able to make the right reads back there and break on the ball and go make plays.
Did you see him push Jordan Love down? I didn't.
Yeah, fined $11,000 for that.
Really?
I love
I missed it. Oh.
I love the nastiness that he's bringing to this defense. It's incredible.
I just, I make a parlay that could win like $500, and it's so exciting. And then I just think one shove, $11,000.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Another note: Ben Powers is back.
Run game back on track.
Yeah, I mean we haven't seen him play since week 5, I believe. And Alex Palczewski, great work at left guard with Ben Powers out. There's a reason you're giving $10 million a year to this guy, though, and I think it could make a difference.
100%. I think the run game and I think the running lanes will be back to where they were when J.K. Dobbins was getting his hot start and averaging, 80, 70 yards per game. And I think you could see just more of a push with Ben Powers being back. I think that's incredible. I think it's also going to, the offensive line has been doing great throughout the entire year. The pockets have been pretty clean, especially over this last month of football. But Ben being back, I think, makes the pocket even that much cleaner.
And it brings back 63 is eligible.
It does.
Which gives everyone here something to cheer about when they're in the stadium.
Exactly.
Speaking of something to cheer about, I want to make sure that all the Broncos fans that are going to the game here heard this. Because Sean Payton has leveled up from coaching the team to now he's coaching the fans. And to me, that means like he can feel how close this is. He's like, I need everyone locked in. What Sean Payton said this week, in many more words than this, but I'll simplify it down, is he wants the crowd noise to peak when the Jags are in the huddle. Because it's very natural to wait until the team gets to the line of scrimmage and it's like, okay, they're about to snap the ball, and it's kind of like a crescendo to the loudest peak right before they snap the ball. He said that's not as helpful. The most helpful thing you can do as fans is make noise when the Jags are in the huddle, because it's one guy trying to communicate a play to 10 other guys, and if one guy can't hear and has to run out there, it creates all sorts of miscommunication. So let's listen to Sean. Let's take some coaching here and crank up that noise when the Jags are in the huddle.
The people who are running the Jumbotrons need to also help coach show, hey, the Jags are in the huddle now. Start getting loud now. And that's what I would like to see. But, yeah, Sean can definitely feel it. When he was coaching in New Orleans and when we played there, it was crazy. I mean, it was crazy loud. Those fans were really into it. Broncos fans are very smart and very capable of delivering on what Sean is asking for. They do it every time, a really good quarterback comes in here. Maybe they just don't feel that threatened by Trevor Lawrence. And I think Sean is just kind of like, hey, let's make it hard for everybody.
Yeah, we cannot let the Jags have the advantage of, like, no one cares about them. Because the Chiefs come in here, everyone, there's, like, anger, there's vitriol. The Packers come here, it's like, that's a classic football team. Like, we want to beat the shit out of the Packers. Everyone needs to want to beat the shit out of the Jags just as badly.
It is totally different. Like, you watch the Jags on TV, and you're just like, oh, they won. Oh, that's kind of good for them.
I wonder how the players
I got dragged for this very take.
I know you did. We don't need to go down this road again. You're not the most popular man in Jacksonville at the moment.
No.
Real quick, before we move on, let's give a shout out to our friends over at Aura Frames. I actually have started my Christmas shopping now, but I have not finished it. The final piece might be a nice gift from over at Aura Frames. They're digital frames. I said I was in Best Buy last week, and I was just walking around, and they had a display with them. And so I had, like, all the different sizes. And it is crazy how, like sometimes a digital picture frame you look at, and it's like, it looks like a TV monitor.
Yeah.
Like, these look like pictures because they're such, like, high quality, and then those rotate to the next picture. Yeah. It's a really cool gift. Anybody who is still shopping, they make it super simple. You just get the app, and you can upload photos and videos, all that sort of stuff to the frame. You can obviously give that to whoever you're gifting the frame to, and they can set up themselves as well. Different ways to personalize it, add a message, share photos instantly by having it all updated before it's in the box. Go check it out for a limited time. Save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code DNVR at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code DNVR. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. All right. Back into the DNVR Broncos pregame show presented by Coors Light. Did you finish your Coors Light?
I did. I finished my Coors Light. I finished my shot. I'm just parched over here now.
Yeah,
let's go.
Once we get back to the bar, it's time for some Coors Lights. I'm curious, do you think that this could be an AFC Championship game preview? We were talking about the Super Bowl preview last week, so I just want to try again. AFC Championship game preview?
I don't have enough faith in the Jaguars to do that.
Nobody does.
I mean, they would just have to show me. I just don't believe in that. I think Trevor Lawrence has been playing great over these last 4 weeks, but he just had too many moments in his career for somebody who was touted the best prospect ever since Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning. I don't see it. So I don't believe in that. And I think their spark could really run out soon here. They also don't have the coaching staff. I don't believe in their coaching staff enough for me to feel like they would make this back to this game.
They certainly aren't proven. There certainly isn't any history that says they can go and do this. But at the same time, you look at the big plays that they've made and the way the defense finds turnovers. Like, there's enough of that stuff where the magic could keep going. Yeah. And the path would probably be you probably need them to win a game on the road in the divisional round. There's a chance that
no way you see that happening.
I agree. The Bills could beat the Patriots, then all of a sudden they don't have to go on the road. There's different things that could happen.
Yeah, it's possible. It just doesn't feel likely.
Okay,
does not feel likely, and
I think it's going to be Broncos Houston.
I could very well see that.
Yep.
I mean, Houston every week becomes scarier and scarier.
100%.
Yeah. I'm curious. I want to see it today, honestly. I want to see Trevor Lawrence and Bo Nix on the same field and see what both of them do. Because with Trevor Lawrence, a lot of it's just like missing the easy stuff. But then you find the big plays. And I think he maybe has gotten a little bit of luck with some of the bounces on the potential turnovers recently. But, I mean, the numbers are the numbers, and he's playing really good football. Bo is also playing really good football right now.
Yeah. Bo's playing elite football.
Right. And that's why, like, the two of them this week were the FedEx Aaron Ground co-players of the week.
Yeah. Bullshit. What? Bo Nix should not have shared that.
Well, didn't Trevor throw for 5 touchdowns?
Yeah, he sure did. And he
ran another.
Do you know who he played, though?
No, the Jets. I don't know, but we played the Jets. That was 13.
You have to adjust because that was meters. If you adjust from meters to yards, it's actually a few more.
Do you guys put any stock in the Bo Nix versus Trevor Lawrence? Because here's the thing. With Nikola Jokic, we kind of saw this, where it's like, oh, he's not better than Jahlil Okafor. Oh, he's not better than Porzingis or Towns. And you just kind of go through a list. Eventually, it's Embiid. And you see him kind of like slay all those guys. Is that a step for Bo? Like to go up and say, like, here we are. Let's go outplay Trevor Lawrence today. And maybe that could be, maybe not a turning point, but just another step in the journey.
Trevor Lawrence isn't good enough to have that happen.
Jordan Love, he already passed Jordan Love.
Yeah, you don't go back to Trevor Lawrence and somebody who hasn't had a crazy amount of success, but he slayed Patrick Mahomes this year.
He has.
Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts, so like the Trevor Lawrence thing, that's not a thing for Bo. So he's already outplayed some of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, top 5 quarterbacks in the league. So I'd say that.
Okay. I feel the same way. Like I said, he already passed Jordan Love last week, went toe-to-toe with him, out-dueled him, and Jordan Love is ahead of Trevor Lawrence.
That's fair. I am curious, though, because to me, once again,
Bo's already better than him.
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about wins.
You would have agreed to that categorically 5 weeks ago.
5 weeks, yeah. Well, but they've both been on their different curves, right?
Yeah. Totally.
So like, if you just say like,
well, the curve,
the Bo that we see right at this very moment from Bo is like, he looks unbelievable. But there's also like the other 11 weeks of the season where it's like, yeah, he was pretty good. But
what about
like
the winning
this.
curve? The winning curve, they're not close in the first 2 years. I mean, they said Bo's it's only him and Marino.
Yeah.
But I mean, then there's the older rookie thing, and so you say both these two guys, I think are. No, Trevor's 26 now. Bo's still 25.
What?
Yeah. Because that's the flip side. Like when you come out of college, like as a 3-year, like win a national championship game as a freshman, everybody knows you're the number 1 pick for 2 years after that. Like you wind up in the NFL at 21. 5 years later, you're 26. Isn't that crazy though?
That's nuts. I didn't know that.
Right, and that's the one reason you could say like maybe there is still growth in the tank for a guy like Trevor Lawrence. But still, I mean, I take Bo.
There's no growth for anybody who plays in Jacksonville. Ooh. I'm just being honest, bro. Like when you're a player.
What about
when you're a player in the league? That's not a place. That's not a place where you think your career can flourish.
I agree. I mean, I have a little bit of faith in this new staff. It's early, but Liam Cohen is a football genius in the making.
Still in Florida. Still in Jacksonville.
All right. I would say the same thing about the Chargers. So.
No, it's what we say about the Rockies, too. It's like, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Or what people even said about the Nuggets up until, like, 10 years ago, and then they turned it. But you have to kind of turn those tides before people start.
You have to have the best player in the league. Like, Jokic is the best player in the league. Like,
right.
The Jacksonville Jaguars don't have anybody that's the best at their position in the league.
They don't.
No, they don't.
Not one.
Like, you go through the whole list. It's just good. But there's a lot of great out there. Even, like, Josh Hines-Allen, who had his name stolen by Josh Allen. You wind up, right, 10? He's a number 1 rusher, but he's just like your consistent, like.
Yep.
He'll be outside the top 5. He's not going to be inside the top 5 ever.
Right.
It just is what it is.
That is kind of interesting. But still, they're finding ways to win. They're putting up big, explosive plays. Etn looks like what we all thought that he was going to look like in the NFL. It just took a couple years to get there.
It took a good coach.
Yeah, I'm just. Are you more scared of that offense? Are you more scared of the defense?
I'm not necessarily.
Scared
if I'm the
is the wrong
Broncos,
word, yeah.
Scared's the wrong word, but I think you got to be on notice just based off of the way that they will come out in this game. They can spread the ball around. Shout out to Tim Patrick. He'll be back. I think he'll play extremely hard today. somebody who's playing against a former team, and he felt like this coaching staff and organization kind of gave up on him after the injuries. You have to totally understand that if you're just from a capitalism perspective, ACL and then Achilles, it's like, hey, man, I can't re-sign you. Right. And we got these young players here. But
they signed him to the deal. He got his $20 million for those 2 years.
They gave him $20 million to do nothing.
Yeah. He came out just fine. Luckily, he signed the deal right before he got hurt.
I think he'll come out here and play extremely hard. And I think Jakobi Meyers is the person that I am going to be watching today because how did they line him up? Kind of a Swiss Army knife, somebody who can run all the different routes in the route tree. Just signed him to a 3-year extension for $60 million. But somebody who I have a tremendous amount of respect for. Was he former college quarterback and then played some ball in New England and then the Raiders and then now here in Jacksonville. But I'll be curious to see how he shows up in this game because he's somebody that can be moved all over the place.
So if Jakobi Meyers is the key that has unlocked the Jags defense, or the offense, do you then put Pat Surtain on him and just say, like, we're taking your key away and you can lock it back up? Because that does put Riley Moss on Brian Thomas Jr., who's obviously more athletically gifted. He's bigger. He's probably a little bit faster. But we've seen Riley Moss, cover T. Higgins.
Yep.
So do you do that and you just say, like, we're taking your kind of safety valve out of the equation here by putting Pat Surtain on him?
It's a good question. You mentioned a lot of respect for him. The Broncos really respect him because they've played against Jakobi Meyers a few times now.
Yep.
And so, like,
bro, he can play.
Jaquan's battled against him in the slot. Pat's lined up against him. Riley's lined up against him. And I think that might be somewhat of an advantage to have tested these things in the past. I don't think you start the game
following him.
Right. Especially because he's going to be in the slot so much that probably you don't want Pat going into the nickel because then all of a sudden your nickel's bumping to the outside. It just changes some things. But I do think that between he and Etn are the two guys you kind of look at as we need to find a way to stop them.
100%. Yeah, I'll be curious to see how they match it up. If you're thinking, if this is a playoff matchup and atmosphere, you take him out of the game immediately by putting Pat on him, regardless of where he is, and everybody else has to adjust from there. Completely take him out of the game plan, or do you go the Bill Belichick route where you double a guy like that, you double him where he's at, and then you make Trevor Lawrence actually have to read the field and let Pat and Riley stay on their same sides?
That's a good idea too. It's the things you can do when you have a great defense and a good pass rush.
Right.
I think they're just going to be confusing, giving Trevor Lawrence a whole bunch of different looks because I think he'll turn the ball over today.
I think so too. I really think so. I think he's gotten away with a couple. I think you heat him up. That's a good transition into our Bet365 pregame picks. Put a couple of these together that I feel pretty good about. I got less aggressive this time because I have a tendency to say, like, Bo 300, and then you get, like, 10-1 odds. This time, a little more conservative, and we're going to start with the Trevor Lawrence interceptions. Just to have one, minus 130.
Oh, wow.
Minus 130 to
I like
throw
what
one
the book's
pick.
telling us there.
Yep. I'm in on that.
I think he's going to throw one.
2.
Okay, see, that's what I have done in the past, and then he throws one and I get bit. But if you say 2, I'm in for 2.
Do a couple of different bets.
RJ Harvey, longest rush, over 12.5 yards.
Love that.
For sure.
Have a 13-yarder at some point in the game. It's minus 105.
Last week his longest rush was 8 yards, and that felt like he had a lot. Like, there's 3 or 4 runs that could have gone for more.
Yep. Yeah, he struggled to get over, like, that 10-yard mark.
He'll do that on Ben Power's side.
Let's go.
Wouldn't that be
I'm
nice?
excited to watch
just
Ben Powers
a big wrestler up there.
Manhandle people.
And then finally, this is my aggressive pick, 300 for Bo Nix. I think on a sunny day like today, the way he's been playing, there's a chance that I think they just go and throw it around. And the thing about Bo recently is we've seen games where he's good in the pocket, or he's good from out of the pocket, or he's finding things underneath, or he's finding things deep but spiking the underneath throws. In the Packers game, he was great doing everything from everywhere. You put him in the pocket, out of the pocket, throw into any part of the field.
Up the field.
Right. And if he stays hot like that, you get an upgrade to your pass protection with Ben Powers. On a day like today, I think there's a chance that he goes for 300. So 4-1 odds, I'm in on that.
I love it, and Bo has been really, really good against zone coverage, especially recently, and the Jags play a lot of zone. And they're also, I would say, their biggest strength on defense is stopping the run. So it would be nice if you didn't, but you're probably going to have to lean on the passing game a little bit this week. I love that pick.
All right, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I got a weird feeling about this game.
I don't like weird feelings.
I'm just saying. I just don't.
Don't worry,
It is
I wore
different.
my lucky shoes.
Well, I mean, yeah, we got that, but I just
do have that.
the energy, and players can feel this when they run out in the tunnel, and if it's like not as loud as it was the previous week in such a huge game, that you just don't want them to start out flat.
Make it loud.
It has to be loud. Well, and
Needs to be
it's just
loud,
different because there were
Broncos
Packer fans everywhere last week. So like even in here, like there's more Packer fans, and so there's just like an anger that comes from that. In the stadium, there's like a couple scattered Packer fans. So there's like an energy that comes from like them being around. And so it is different. It almost feels like it doesn't feel like there's an enemy today. It feels like you're just out there trying to do your best.
We are in week 16.
Yes.
The Denver Broncos are the #1 seed. They have an opportunity to win the AFC West today. There is no fucking excuse to not be at full volume in that stadium. I don't want to hear anything. I do not care who they are playing. Turn this shit up today. Let's go.
Remember when we played Cincinnati and AJ McCarron was the quarterback and
Yeah.
nobody heard? It was just a weird game.
I was
We won
in the game.
2017, like
It was loud as hell.
at the end.
Yes.
But like when we played them, because AJ McCarron was starting, it was like, whatever.
We need full volume from snap one. Loudest when they're in the huddle. Let's go, Broncos country.
All right, that's going to do it for the pregame show. We're going to have a watch-along live on YouTube for the whole game. We'll be live for the postgame show when the game ends. Before we get out here, give a shout out to our friends over at Bet365, and our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use code DNVR365. Deposit $10. Place a bet for $5. Get $200 in bonus bets. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. See you guys in a couple minutes.
We all silly like the mayor.